Welcome to the third video in our three-part series about sharing Jesus with others and inviting them to church. You've written down 3 names and been praying for them daily. You're also listening and spending time with others. In this video, we'll talk about the final steps to sharing Jesus and inviting your friend to church. But first, if you haven't watched parts 1 or 2, or you just need a refresher, I would encourage you to check them out before continuing. Okay, let's get into it. The next step continues your investment in your friend's life and builds upon your knowledge of their needs, simply by serving them. As you listen and spend time with your friends, you'll naturally learn about their needs. Be intentional about noting their concerns, their worries, and their troubles. Then, sacrifice some of your time, energy, talent, or treasure to meet those needs, or arrange for others to help out if it's not something you're able to do. You might be wondering, well, what does this look like? Well, it can look like a lot of different things. For instance, if they're lonely, set up a regular time to hang out and just be around them. If they're having a hard time financially, consider buying them groceries or taking them a meal. If they're frazzled with their stress of parenting, offer to babysit so that they can get some time away. Regardless of how you serve your friend, they will experience your love for them as a testimony of Christ in your life. This ambassadorship, lived out naturally, opens up opportunities for you to talk about your life with them, leading to the next step, which is sharing the gospel through your life story. Sharing the gospel this way is simply to tell what Jesus has done in your life, and using examples of specific moments where your relationship with Christ has affected you. This may feel awkward the first couple times you share these details, but understand that they want to know what's going on, and they're asking you for details, and they're wondering why. If this feels intimidating, spend a little time after watching this video and think about these points. What are some important moments in your life, and how did God work in them? What was your life like before you became a believer, and how is it different now? Think about yourself before you became a believer. What concerns or worries about accepting Jesus did you have? What would you say to your younger non-believing self? A few topics that commonly come up in conversation are that they express feeling anxious or overwhelmed. Tell them how Jesus brings you peace. They share that they're struggling in their marriage. Share how faith in Christ has helped your marriage stay strong. They talk about the difficulties of parenting. Share how God's wisdom guides you in leading your children. When you're sharing your life story, be real and honest. Don't sugarcoat your struggles or gloss over the hardships that you've endured. Just share your real life with them. We know that following Jesus doesn't remove all of our troubles in this life, and it does not remove the presence of sin in the world around us or our hearts. Giving them a true and real testimony of how Christ changes our lives has a power and a fullness which cannot be manufactured. It also invites your friends to authentically see how your faith in Christ has made a difference for you and how we could do the same for them. Then, ask them if they'd like to come with you and check out church this Sunday, and make it as easy as possible for them to say yes. Offer to give them a ride. Answer any questions that they have, and help remove any other barriers you think might be keeping them from coming. If they don't feel comfortable with coming in person, invite them to watch the online service or send them a link to a sermon that you think would speak into their lives. And if they say no, that's okay. What's most important is that they know you care about them and that you want to help them check out church whenever they're ready. So continue to pray, listen well, ask them questions, and show them who Jesus is through listening, spending time, and serving their needs. Lastly, continue to ask God to put the names of others on your heart who you can be sharing your life with, caring for, and investing into. Also, if you're not already in community at Grace, this is a good moment to get started. Sharing your life with other believers is a primary way that God uses to transform you into the likeness of His Son. There's a link in the description below if you're not already in a group. Take that first step into community right now. You won't regret it. Thanks for joining us for this short series. We hope that it gives you confidence in sharing your life with your friends, neighbors, and coworkers, and invite them to church with you. We're excited to see what God does as we partner together to make 1,000 new disciples. Please pray for your church leaders as we move ahead as a family, and remember that we're praying for you as you live alongside the non-believers that God has placed in your life.